Hey, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's really sunny, isn't it?
It is, and that's good.
Yeah.
The last official weekend of the summer, so
Yeah, it's hard to believe.
it should be. It should be sunny.
Very sunny here in the Steel City. I hope it's nice where you guys are. And like you said, we are still in the summer,
That's
so
right.
it's not fall yet.
Not yet. We still have a couple of more days.
Yes.
About 4 or 5 days.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, Bobby D, I am excited. The CCI Radio Show, this is our 70th episode today.
Really?
So congratulations to you. Congratulations to us.
Yes.
This is our 70th episode for our YouTube channel.
That's very exciting.
It is. And we have big news for you. We have announcements and big news to talk about this morning. So we're going to go ahead and get this train started here. So the CCI Radio Show
starts now.
Right. And good morning to all of our faithful watchers and listeners. Hey, good morning, Danetta.
Good morning, Danetta. What's happening, sister?
Yeah, thanks for tuning in and joining us this morning. We're going to have some fun.
That's right. We sure are. We sure are going to have some fun.
So, like I said, I'm just beaming, our 70th episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our YouTube channel for all of these weeks. And it's really paid off.
Good. I'm happy to hear that it's paid off.
Yeah, it's paid off. Our subscriber list is up. We're happy about that.
That's very true.
And just happy that you guys are here this morning.
That's so true. Thank you so much for joining us today. We truly appreciate it.
Yes. And first of all, before we get into what's going on with everything here today, another great episode.
Good morning, Breeze.
Hey, what's up, Breeze Blings? Good morning to you.
Good morning, sis. What's going on?
Yeah, Chicago's
in the house.
Hanging out with the Steel City this morning.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Thank you, Danetta, for the wonderful wishes on our 70th YouTube episode. So
thank you. Yes.
Yeah, we are really excited. Thank you so much, sis.
And you've been there for all of them. So Thank you.
And more to come.
That's right.
We're climbing here.
That's right.
We're climbing.
And
I want to also, let's talk about this too.
Okay.
Yeah, before we get into the 70th episode, because like I said, some things I wanted to talk about. I want to congratulate you for for 1 year of Cooking Fun with Mrs. Cuppage.
Oh.
The YouTube show.
Oh, well, that's great. Thank you.
Yes. And yesterday was your 54th episode.
Now, I have to ask, this is very strange. How is it that I made it? Let me see. Yes, today, last year was the date that I started Cooking Fun with Mrs. Cuppage. But how is it that there's 52 weeks in a year, right? But I'm on the 54th episode.
Hey.
How did that happen?
Don't know.
I don't know. And I didn't do I didn't do one that was like 2 in a week or something.
Actually, you did.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh,
you did. There were a couple times when you did back-to-back episodes on the same day.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you had a couple 2-parters. That's why.
Okay. Because I thought that was a little weird. So.
Yes. Yeah. You had a couple of 2-parters.
Okay.
Which you rarely do, but if you're really into it and you're like, you know what, I'm going to do a second part to this.
Okay.
So
just checking.
That's why.
I thought that was a little weird.
I can tell you what they are later.
Okay. That sounds good.
But yesterday's episode, chopped salad. So it was, of course, who doesn't love a good salad? I mean, of course, there's people that don't like salad.
Most of my students don't like salad.
Well, this student here, I love a good salad.
I didn't think you were enrolled in my class.
The class of Mrs. Cuppage here at home.
Okay, that sounds good. That works for me.
So
That works for me.
So if you guys didn't see that episode yesterday, go back to our YouTube channel. Make sure you watch it. And you did really good. You were putting all kinds of things in there, and I don't know. Looked like you were probably putting some things that I've never seen, like adding different stuff. It was, it was real tasty.
But that's good.
And this also marks 2 years since the release of your book, Cooking Fun with Mrs. Coverage.
Oh, that's good.
And 2 years, almost 2 years for, well, I guess we can throw that in the same year because it would be a couple months from now, but celebrate the holidays with Mrs. Coverage as well.
We should show those books then.
Yeah, let's see if I can grab one of these books.
That's Cooking Fun right there.
Yeah, well, let's see.
Here, Cooking Fun.
All right, so right here.
Paperback edition.
All right. So you hold that for us. And then,
Okay.
Let's see. Kind of stuck. Didn't want to come out and give it up.
That's right.
Okay. Celebrate the holidays. Mrs. Coverage. There you go. Mrs. Coverage. You see that there.
That's right.
Okay. So those are also available on Lulu.com, Amazon, where books are sold.
That's right.
Okay. So
it's global.
And Breeze is agreeing with me here.
Thanks, sis. I try to keep it together. I don't know, but
yes.
It's all good. It's all.
And then and Breeze said that I got you.
That's right.
Which is true. Thanks, Breeze. It. And Danetta said, can't wait to make the dishes.
Yay!
So also, hand me that one there.
Okay.
Also, 2 years since the release of our client, Alonzo Whitehead's book, Are You Listening? Thoughts of a Traveling Soul.
Mm-hmm.
So it's right here. So congratulations to Alonzo. It's been 2 years since the release of his book. And you can also find that on Amazon, Lulu.com, and where books are sold.
That's
so
it. His is also
congratulations.
So
yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to him.
And Poetry Month is it coming or
I think it's next month.
I think it is.
Yeah, we'll have to double check that.
Yes. So make sure, since Poetry Month is coming, make sure you pick that up.
Yes.
I'm sure Alonzo would appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a very good read.
It really is.
And we do have some other things in the works at Pandemic Press Publishing, so stay tuned for those big news. One of the biggest news, and we can talk about our 70th episode. There's a couple things here. I don't know exactly where to kind of trail off to because I'm kind of excited about it. But let's talk about.
Well, you want to talk about the other thing that's on the shelf there? Then get into this. Is that what I think it is right there? The back of it right there?
What, this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know if that's where you were leaning toward, but I didn't know if that's I wasn't going to start with that. But that's okay.
Well, you don't have to start.
No, let's do it.
Well,
no, it's okay. Now give me that. We'll start with this.
Okay.
Okay. So for those of you who haven't picked this up yet, this is our summer edition. This is our debut copy of Pandemic Press Media Magazine, Summer Edition 2022, featuring our good friend Summer Rae. This magazine has done very well.
Yes.
And congratulations to Summer for being our first on that cover.
That's right. Our first cover story. So check it out.
Yes. Now here's the other news we can go along with that. Now, the arrival of our fall edition of the magazine is out now. Pandemic Press Pandemic Press Media Magazine, Fall Autumn Edition 2022. This features our friend and author Ramona Dixon. So congratulations to Ramona for being the second person to grace the cover of our magazine. And it's a very great interview. She is the feature story.
She
on
was
Discover.
on our show before, not that long ago.
Yes.
Not that long ago.
And the magazine is released now.
That's
so
right. It is
you guys,
available.
Yep, you can go to specifically right now to lulu.com and you can find the fall edition of our magazine. And
Actually, you can find both editions.
Yeah, I was going to actually say that too. And you can find both editions of the magazine on lulu.com. And right now, the summer one you can find on all sites.
Find everywhere. Yes.
Okay. The other big news for those of you who've been watching every single broadcast of us, whether it's the CCI Radio Show, the TLC podcast, Cooking for Mrs. Cubbage, checking us out on Love Notes and Gospel Excellence. Ready for this one? We now are going to unveil to you another addition to the CCI Radio Show, Back to the 80s podcast. Yes, for those of you who love the 80s like we do, we now have a podcast for you. It is going to be exclusively on Blog Talk Radio, Spotify, SoundCloud, Anchor Podcast, and where podcasts are available. It's going to debut this Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to have some great music. It's all about that music of the 80s.
Yes.
So
only the 80s.
Only
so
the 80s.
80 to 89.
Yes.
Not 79 to 90 or 91.
Yes. Yeah, like some of those 80s stations. But like, you're like, hey, wait a minute, didn't I tell you we were listening to something and they were playing something from 74? I'm like, that's not 1980. I mean, even though it sounded like 80s.
Yeah.
No.
But it has to be 80.
You were going to hear the best of the 80s, like Bobby D said, from 1980 to 1989. So you're going to hear
1989.
Yes.
Another
and
summer.
you never know. You may hear Fight the Power on there. There's so many 80s songs. I mean, you're going to hear party songs, slow songs. Might even throw some country songs that sound worth it on there. It just depends. We're going to have a lot of fun.
9 to 5.
No, yes.
9 to 5 is 80.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is 80.
Yes, 80.
Yeah, that's 80. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, you should know you watched the movie, so did I.
But did we watch it in the 80s?
Yes.
It was in the 80s. Okay.
Yes. Might hear that song on there too. So and look, we're getting some hints. Well, you may hear Culture Club.
Oh, for sure, Culture Club.
You may hear Madonna.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
So yeah,
love Culture Club, love Madonna.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
yes.
You're going to hear a good mix of things, music. I mean, we may even do some talk about some fashion or whatnot, but just stay tuned for that. Like I said, we're excited. It's another part of the CCI Radio Show as we continue to build our brand. This Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure that you watch for the link to go out so you can listen to it.
That's
and
right.
Join us.
It's coming soon. Coming Thursday.
Yeah, coming Thursday. Absolutely. And
yes, Danetta said Pat Benatar. Oh yeah.
Now,
I got that right.
Yeah, I was watching some 80s things the other day. And I didn't see. I mean, of course, Pat Benatar. Yes, we may have to throw her in there.
I'm kind of still stuck in the 80s.
Yeah, you're stuck on some clown from the 80s.
Got that right.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun, and just like we have a lot of fun here on this show. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I missed here? Yeah, we have everything here, but cupcakes or something.
I'm sorry.
I
meant to make cupcakes.
Yeah, didn't I say we were going to come on here and I was going to eat a cake or something? Did I have my mouth all full of icing or something?
Yeah, I didn't get any cupcakes.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, we'll do it next time.
We didn't eat any cupcakes for breakfast anyway.
Nah. Hey, some people might like cupcakes for breakfast.
No.
Hey, if you can eat pizza for breakfast.
Yeah, that's true.
Some people eat fish for breakfast.
Yeah, that's true.
That's good brain food.
That's true.
And
speaking of pizza in the 80s, that just reminded me. I think I did tell Danetta this. I think I sent her a message about this. But Danetta suggested that we watch Stranger Things, which has lots of 80s, music and essences and
Yes.
things like that.
Uh-huh.
And we went shopping. Well, we did our little shopping, put in our order.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't believe that I found a Stranger Things pizza. We haven't tried it yet.
That might have to either be tomorrow, maybe, because we're going to be kind of busy today.
It'll be busy today, but we're going to eat the Stranger Things pizza with watching Stranger Things.
And Danetta just said, yes, Stranger Things has a lot of 80s music. Yep, right down our alley.
That's it.
Yes.
But a Stranger Things pizza, can you believe it? That's pretty funny. I thought that was pretty funny. It better taste like 80s.
Hey, remember that time when I still had the game system up here? I think I put it downstairs.
Uh-huh.
We had the game system up here and we had the joysticks and we were having pizza and playing was it Asteroids?
Yes.
And Donkey Kong. And what was the other one that you liked? The one with the big bug that flies around. Well, like that helps because there's a couple games like that. I mean, he had big ears, big wings, and he's flying around. And you're shooting things.
Yeah, I can't remember what that's called.
Maybe it was Yours Revenge.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that the big bug that you're controlling and you're shooting things out of his mouth?
I think so. Yeah,
like some type of ball or something.
However, I wish that thing had Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, which one? Speaking of, which one do you like better, Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man?
Both.
Both. No preference.
No preference.
Me personally, I like Miss Pac-Man better.
You do?
Mm-hmm. It seemed for me it was always easier to work with because for some reason Pac-Man was all fat. Like he was all big, and then when you're trying to use the joystick, I couldn't get the joystick to go. But I don't know, for him it was always hard for me. But not saying. I mean, I know he's the originator.
He's the originator. Yes.
But Miss Pac-Man, you couldn't even you couldn't beat me in that game.
Do you know my after schoolers were talking about Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man?
That's good. They're learning right.
I was impressed.
They're learning right. Those are great games.
Their parents must be teaching them right, so that's good.
Yes.
I was very impressed, I must say. Yes. If there's anybody on there whose child goes to my after school program, I was very impressed. It was my older kids that were talking about it. So they're like ages like 8, 9, 10.
8, 9,
was it 8, 9, 10? Yeah. I was very impressed. I couldn't believe it. But it was actually kind of funny because they were asking me if I knew what Pac-Man was.
Wow.
But was actually kind of funny because they were talking to me also about Britney Spears. And so, but they of course assumed, okay. which makes me think that maybe they think I'm young. So that's like, and Britney Spears, Mrs. Covered, she's always showing her belly button and da 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 da. And I'm
she is.
Okay, all right.
At least she was.
Like, I guess that means you think I'm young.
Yeah.
And that you don't realize that I'm the only person in the room that was born in the 1900s.
You see the things that we go through, the things that we talk about off record when she comes home. It's just amazing.
It's fascinating to be sitting in a room full of people, and you sit there and you realize, wow, I'm the only one whose birth year starts with a 19.
So scary, isn't it?
A little different.
Oh, man.
A little different. A little different.
And let's go to the comments here. Breeze said it's going to taste like Stranger Things. I hope it doesn't. And then Danetta said, I hope you like the show. Enjoy that. Breeze agrees. She likes Ms. Pac-Man. Danetta says, in Stranger Things, there's an arcade the kids frequent it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Maybe they eat pizza at the arcade.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta find where I put that. It's one of those. But when you go into the store, like what store did I? Lately it's like when you go to some place like Rite Aid or someplace like that, you actually find those little mini retro versions of what you used to have.
Yes.
So we found that retro version of the Atari, which you and I were. I don't know who was more of a big kid, me or you. Like the other ones, I didn't like. They had the Nintendo ones. I was psyched up when I saw a Sega one.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, well, I don't know if I want the second one. If anything, I go buy the old Nintendo, which I think your sister has. Maybe I can borrow that from her, because the only reason why she got that retro Nintendo is to play Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
which used to be one of my favorite games.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. But yeah, kind of trailed off to the 90s.
Okay.
Let's go back to the 80s here. But yeah, since we're on that topic of 80s, and yeah, we're just really happy that you guys continue to follow us, and make sure that you click like, share, subscribe, and if there's anybody who's never seen our show before, make sure you tell them about us, and so they can like our page and hit that bell for notifications, so that way they'll be able to see what content we have. I feel we have pretty good content.
I think it's pretty good.
Sometimes it can be very funny. You never know what you're going to see.
That's so true. That is very true. That is very true. However, I will say this: we are logging in quite a lot of watch hours, right?
We are.
What you said? It's
I've noticed
hours
that. Yeah,
that were pretty high. So even though there are not a whole lot of people that are subscribed just yet, we're getting a lot of watch hours. So I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah.
At least as far as
I think it is.
At least as far as YouTube is concerned. So you keep getting all those wonderful alerts and things
emails,
like that.
alerts.
So
Yeah. Good. And I also get all kinds of notifications on Twitter too. It's amazing. It's amazing how many people are on Twitter. Because you would think that they would be more on Facebook and Instagram. Well, a lot of people seem to be on TikTok, but we just couldn't. The TikTok thing just didn't seem to work out for us. But there's a lot of people that are subscribed to us on Twitter, which, believe it or not, is one of the highest, if you can believe that. We have a lot of followers on Twitter. So every time I post about the show, somebody's always right there.
Wow.
So that's probably where some of the subscriptions come from, and some of the watches come from. So
that's good.
Yeah, for those of you who are on Twitter, thank you so much for following us there, because like I said, I do post things on there, and sometimes it's funny.
Yes.
Like what would you do, or in this situation, or whatever. So sometimes I just kind of create things. I'll just put on there.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. You're supposed to create things when you go on social media.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, this is a very exciting day for us. I think we pretty much talked about everything that, other than the 70th episode, but we can talk more about what's in the magazine.
About what's in the magazine?
Sure. So again, I'm going to show this again, because this is our newest magazine, again, Pandemic Press Media Magazine, Fall 2022, with our
Summer 2022 with Summer Rae is still available.
It is. Going strong.
Shout
out to Summer Rae.
Great job, Summer.
Shout out to Ramona.
That's right.
And there's a lot of good things there. Of course, I'm not going to read them all. I'm not going to tell you what's all in here for those of you who've never purchased it before. But of course, the first thing you're going to see is our pictures. One of our, so whenever you open it up, you're going to see a letter from the editors. Then you're going to see the cover story. Cooking for Mrs. Coverage.
I guess I better come up with recipes for the next time. Huh?
Yeah, not a bad idea. And of course, I do music spotlights, so you don't want to miss that. And then you have a section here called At the Movies.
At the Movies.
So we're going to stop right there.
Oh, okay.
Stop right there. So, like I said, if you haven't purchased that yet, it just came out. But make sure you go to lulu.com, search for this edition, and the summer edition to also show Summer Rae some love. You know, she would greatly appreciate that as well.
That's right.
And as always, thank you for being a CCI Radio Show family member. Family. That's the best. Family member.
Okay, that sounds good.
Thank you. Thank you for being associated with us. I was trying to think of the best thing to say there.
It was good. You did a great job. I love it.
Man. And I will say this: if you didn't get a chance last week, Bobby D did Gospel Excellence. It was a really good show. You did Karen Clark Sheard. So for those of you who like Karen Clark Sheard's music, if you didn't hear the show, you can go back to Spotify, SoundCloud, where podcasts are available. Search for the September 11 episode of Gospel Excellence, the best gospel music and praise with Bobby D.
So you are just having a good day.
I am.
I'm happy to have a good day.
Now, since I kind of went on that subject, let me tell the audience something funny.
Okay.
About my mom.
Oh no.
Who my mom does not have social media, so when I say this, she's not going to kill me.
That's right. She's not going to.
But it's going to be a funny story.
She's not going to hear it.
No, she's not going to hear it unless I tell her, and I'm not going to.
Yes.
Well, we discussed this a couple times. So the week before last, when I did Tina Marie for Love Notes, right?
Yes.
I told my mom, hey, listen, I'm doing Tina Marie. And then I nearly fell on the floor. My mom was like, who's Tina Marie?
Oh.
And I said, what? I said, Mom, you're kidding me, right?
Oh.
She says, well, maybe if I saw a picture of her, maybe if I heard a song or two, maybe I would know who she is. I was like, oh, I went like this. I said, I was so embarrassed. I was like, Mom, please tell me you're kidding me and you don't know who Tina Marie is. So she said, okay, yeah, she sounds familiar.
Oh, geez.
Got to remember, my mom she was in a different era of music, so 80s is not her thing.
Oh boy, yeah, we'll have to talk about that song she was.
You know the song I heard last night?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another.
The finisher story.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So, my mom is still trying to get with the social media thing. I mean the the texting and stuff. I mean, she can text me when she wants, but she always says that I don't know how to text. I can't send you a text, and I'm like, Mom, you can. She's every now and then. When I text her, she'll send me a picture of this, and I was trying to figure out what it was. It's this. It's a sloth.
Mm-hmm.
The sloth that's grabbing a tree branch. I'm like, if you can send me a sloth hanging on a tree branch, you can send me different pictures.
Amen.
Like you can take a picture of a pizza box or something, and you do know how to text. And, it's always one of those where I can't do it. And I was like, I hate the word can't. We hate the word can't. So I'm like, okay, so whatever, just send it to me when you can. So, the week, we're in the middle of the week and, getting ready. I'm telling Mom, well, Bobby's show is coming up this coming weekend. And I even asked my mom last night. I said, hey, listen, did you get a chance to listen to the Tina Marie show a while back? And first, she said she started listening to it. I'm like, great, because I sent her the link to listen to it. And then she says, no, I actually had to stop it because I stopped it because I was getting a phone call. And I said, you mean to tell me that your phone call is more important than your son's show? And she said, but it was important.
Oh, jeez.
And I said, no, I'm not important. And then we started laughing. And I was like, did you ever finish it? No, I listened to most of it. Okay. I chuckled there. So then I told her, Bobby's show is ready now. So I'll send you the link to that. Did you listen to Bobby's show yet? No, I was going to listen to Bobby's show tonight, but I fell asleep. I'm like, now what's going to happen is she'll listen to all of Bobby's show. I guarantee you that. And she still will not go back and listen to the rest of mine. That's exactly what's going to happen. I know it is.
Well,
You know,
she also gave you some suggestions for your slow jams.
yeah, and I don't know if these are gonna work, but
No.
she talked about this song, and granted, I'm down for any genre of music that within reason, and I mean within reason. I want to stress that within reason. If it sounds slow, if it sounds good,
Yeah, it has to sound good.
if
though.
the singer sounds good, if the music sounds good, that's okay. Maybe I'll think about putting it in my
Repertoire.
repertoire, my playlist for Love Notes. This ain't gonna happen.
No.
We played a song last night, or I played. She told me there's a couple songs that her and her sister, which is my late aunt, my aunt Joan. There was a song from this group called the Chantels, and it was called Maybe, and I want to say it came out in 1959 or 58 or 59. She said,
Now we do like 50s and 60s music as well.
Some 50s music is good.
Is good.
Some.
Yes, some. Indeed.
Depends on what you're talking about.
Indeed. Indeed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But in this case, we just played it on TV last night, just found the video or whatever, decided to play it. Like I said, it's called Maybe. Maybe I wish I never would have played that song, because
maybe
it did not.
Maybe it's not.
No, it's not.
Happening.
It's not going to make the cut.
It didn't make the cut.
No, it is not going to make the cut at all.
Sam C had it on the big screen, and I was in the kitchen cooking dinner, and just this.
Maybe we never should have played it.
No, it was a lot of caterwauling and oh geez.
And my mom was like, "This is like one of the best songs that your aunt and I listened to when we were in high school." And I'm sitting there thinking, this is like one of the best songs that you listened to back then. And I know there's a lot of good songs back then.
Oh, a lot of good songs back then.
That was not one of them.
Sadly.
I don't did that even make the top 10 for that year?
I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I'm not knocking any music.
No.
But it's honestly, I don't see myself playing that at all.
Well, you know what we could do when we're done with the show? We can
go back and let's do it again.
No, I'm not listening to that song ever again. I don't want to hear it. I've heard that song enough. That's plenty.
Yeah.
But we could go on there and play other songs by them. Maybe there's something good in there.
I don't know. That's the one she stressed.
We can't play that one.
Well, then she started. Oh, I see. In My Element with Neela and
good
Randall.
Morning, Miss
Hey, good
Neela.
morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hopefully you weren't there long. I didn't mean to. I'm running my mouth about the song my mom wants me to play on one of our shows, and I'm like, So
it's the Shirelles.
No,
not the Shirelles.
No, whatever.
The
Chantels.
The Chantels.
It's called Maybe,
and the song is called Maybe.
And like I said, maybe you'll never play it.
Maybe
it might sound good to you.
Maybe we're too young to appreciate
Maybe it was just too late at night.
Maybe it
was too late.
It wasn't that late when I was making dinner.
Well,
listening to it.
Maybe it was,
maybe somebody
had an off night. I don't know, but that song was.
Well, they were creating.
Yeah, that song wasn't going to make it.
My.
Oh, good. Neela says she's listening. Good. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that you weren't in the comments long and we didn't notice you were. Try to get to the comments right away.
Oh, it was. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was. I feel really badly. We're not ripping. We're not knocking it.
No.
Somebody might like. Well, my mother-in-law and my late aunt-in-law.
Yes.
Incidentally, which is funny, which I don't think we ever told as everybody who's at least commenting in the comments knows our good friend Joan Brown. Everybody's friends with Joan Brown.
You know what? I was going to wait to tell that story.
Oh, okay. All right.
But since you kind of said that, I will. Because I think the person that if they were here,
yes,
I would have loved to state that story.
Yes.
But since you said that, I will.
Okay, go for it.
Maybe Miss Joan Brown eventually will see this podcast and hear. Okay, so Bobby D kind of, you kind of trailed into that. So
Right.
So my mom's maiden name is Brown. Okay, my mom's maiden name is Jean Brown. My late aunt, who was my mom's fraternal twin, was Joan Brown. So, needless to say, whenever we connected with Miss Joan Brown on Facebook, that was quite an honor.
Not only that, but it was also kind of wild.
Yes.
Because we were watching, of course, we all love Teresa Griffin.
Yes.
And the name Joan Brown pops up and Joan Brown? Joan Brown? What? Oh my gosh.
Well, not paying attention to
Joan Brown.
And I was thinking,
I'm like, do you see that? It says Joan Brown.
Yeah.
Joan Brown?
Needless, again, did not pay attention to the picture, just saw the name pop up. And
it's a little wild.
Yeah, it was.
A little wild.
It really was.
Because Aunt Joan has been gone since
2015.
15. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute. And then to see her name pop up, like, oh, whoa.
And I'll be completely honest with you. My aunt Joan Brown Slater was Slater. Slater. Yeah, she was. Her and my mom are totally two different people. My mom will tell you this.
Sam's mom is more of the
chill, laid back,
right, homebody. Rather, prefer to stay home and just kind of chill. Where his Aunt Joan
was a party animal.
She was a party animal.
She would host all kinds of parties. Like she would host these street parties back in the day, and
motorcycle.
She was in a motorcycle. Well, yeah, in a motorcycle
gang. Motorcycle gang.
She didn't drive motorcycles, but she had some friends of hers that she would hop on the bike and they'd be gone to
that's only
whatever
because she
state.
Began losing her sight.
But losing her sight meant nothing to her.
It didn't mean anything.
Yeah, she crocheted. That's one of the things she liked to do. And she was a really faithful person.
And
spiritual. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, do we miss her a lot.
That's right.
We know she's been here.
Yep.
Especially when Joan Brown propped up on Facebook. Right, I could just imagine her delight, and then she would probably laugh.
She would laugh.
When I told my mom this story, and my mom could not believe this. And my mom was like, oh my goodness, Joan Brown. And my mom smiled from ear to ear.
That's right.
And we told her how wonderful Joan is. And she just, my mom said, I just can't believe that you're connected with somebody named Joan Brown. I just can't believe it. And we, like I said, we laughed for a long time. So I just wanted to kind of
So that was pretty funny.
Just wanted to share that story. Oh, and Neela said, talking about maybe it was not the right timing. Yeah, she's right.
Yeah,
you're
right about that, Neela.
And then she said she was going to share that information with Joan.
Oh, good. Joan will get a kick out of that.
And then she said, Aunt Joan is her kind of gal.
Yes.
Yeah. Neela, you would have loved my Aunt Joan.
She was a lot of fun. Oh
yeah. Every time I'd be like, hey, Aunt Joan, and she would be the one call me Sammy. out of all my relatives, family, she called me Sammy. Like, hey, Aunt Joan. Hey, Sammy. How you doing, honey? Hey, how you doing, Aunt Joan? Oh, fair to middling. I'm doing okay. I'm just, you know how it is. I'm like, oh no, she's talking slang.
She's talking slang.
Oh,
that's
man.
So funny.
Aunt Joan was one of a kind. So
yes.
If I what I'll do one of these days, I know I have one picture of her on my phone. Maybe what I'll do is I'll share it with you guys at some point. I know I'm trying to get some more pictures of Aunt Joan. And, recently it was Grandparents' Day.
Mm-hmm.
So I found a picture of my late grandfather who passed away last year and my grandmother who passed away years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when I showed you the picture of my grandmother, you thought it was Aunt Joan. So
I did. She's the definite spitting image of her mother. I just couldn't believe it. Just could not believe it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are some nice pictures. And then again, since mom isn't on social media, what I normally do is if I post something, like for example, when my dad's birthday, late father's birthday was in September, I created
a few weeks ago.
Yeah. A few weeks ago.
First
of the month. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Happy, birthday again. Happy belated birthday to my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So, I made this collage and I showed my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom, she thought it was the greatest thing.
It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And then, with Grandparents' Day, I found like the picture of grandma and granddad, made a collage, and I sent it to her. And the same thing, she said, "This is the greatest thing. I don't know how you did this. I'm gonna keep this on my phone." She said the same thing with Dad. She's like, "I'm gonna keep that, and I'm gonna keep Mom and Dad's picture."
Her parents.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, Granddad lived to be 100 years old.
He sure did.
Mm-hmm.
He sure did.
And he was just a spunky. He was a ladies' man.
Yes, he was.
I'm like, at the time of the 100, he had all the women flocking to him. all the people at the nursing home he was with. Like every time I turn around, they'd be sending us emails and pictures. Like he had like how many? I'm like, what's he doing? All these women around him.
Always had some women around him all the time.
So
mm-hmm.
And then he would get to the point where he didn't want to hear anything. So like he would play that thing like his hearing aid wasn't working, or he didn't put it in.
Mm-hmm.
So when he didn't want to be bothered, he'd take that hearing aid out.
I have some coworkers like that. Can't hear you. They can't hear you. Like,
Yeah, you can hear. You can hear me.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Very cute.
Yeah,
Very
I like
cute.
what Neela said. Grandpa's a Rolling Stone. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He was a Rolling Stone, a ladies' man, but he was the coolest granddad. And
he drove limo too.
Yeah, and he always
somebody got a free limo to the senior prom.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's yeah. I
wish I knew Grandpa back then. I could have used a free limo.
Well,
we had to pay for our limo.
And I don't know how long Granddad had that limo. I don't know how long he was driving limos at that time, but that was funny when it was senior prom coming up. And well, first of all, I didn't have a prom date, and I really didn't think I was going to go to the prom.
Oh,
and it's funny. I had a couple people in mind, but then people were just like, you know how it is. Oh, Sam, you're so nice. No, but I'm going with so. Okay, strike one. All right, so well, this is before I found out that Granddad wanted to drive me to the prom. So went to someone else. Nope. They said, no. First of all, the person, I thought we were cool, but I found out they didn't like me that much for some reason, so they declined that. So, and then the third person was just like they just kind of laughed at me.
Oh.
So, and then
that's one reason I'm happy not to be a man. I don't like rejection. I'm not good with rejection.
You'd be surprised. Like, when I was in school, I was kind of like I guess when I got older, I guess people tend to respect me a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But, when it came to, I remember, I'm trying to think, I probably may only had like maybe 3 weeks left before the prom. And then I'm on the school bus and this, girl that, I would talk to every so often, she would sit at the front of the bus. I would sit kind of in the middle. because I didn't want to be around all the thugs, you know. But somehow the thugs would be trying to mess with me, and I'm like sitting there trying to like, man, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm trying to get home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any time for you. So let's see, Needle's laughing. So, yeah, I was privileged too. I'll give her that. And
I didn't have no limo drivers in my family.
Well, it did get better. It was interesting because I'm sitting there 3 weeks away from the prom, had no idea that I was even going. And the girl that would talk to me, she said, so I know that are you excited about going to the prom? I know you're just excited. And I was like, I don't even know if I'm going. I was like, well, honestly, don't have anybody that's interested in going with me, so I might not even go, or I might just go by myself or something. So then she says, can I go with you? Can I go to your? She asked me.
She asked you to your prom?
Yeah, she asked me. Oh
my goodness gracious!
She was like, well, if you don't have anybody, I would really like to go to the prom with you.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a little bit. That's okay.
Yeah, that was strange for me. I was like,
that's pretty studly, I must say.
I'm like,
and
okay.
She's pretty bold.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the kicker. She was an underclassman too. Not that I cared, but I was like, okay, she was a junior.
Oh, okay.
Or, yeah, I think she was a junior. So not that. I mean, I never, because I'll be honest with you, I was a senior, and I had to, there's one class that I needed. I guess they were like, well, you have all these credits, but you need to take like a. What did they say? You need to take a elective.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess
you probably took a bunch of electives. They just didn't accept them.
Acting class was one.
Oh.
And senior year was fun. I had acting class, and I also took chemistry. Loved it.
Well, yeah,
that was my favorite class.
As long as it's not algebra or something.
No. And I was
that stuff.
I was the only senior in chemistry, and then one of my best friends at the time, he was a junior, or was he a sophomore? He was the class was a mix of freshmen and sophomores.
Mm-hmm.
But when I came in, they were all over me. They were like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I'm like the coolest person in class for some reason. I don't know why. They're asking me all these questions like, "Are you excited to graduate? What you going to do? Like, what you going to do when you get out? Like, you going to college? You going in there?" I mean, because some people were like, "Well, because I want, I don't know what direction I'm going yet, but I don't know if I'm going to college or if I'm going to go to straight and get a job, or I don't know, what's it like? What's it like being a senior? So I'll know what to expect."
What's it like being a senior?
And I was just sitting there smiling. I was like, it's a wonderful feeling.
Like, well, just wait a minute. You'll be a senior in a year.
Yeah, year or two. So I told him it's a wonderful feeling. I was probably treated best in that class and my acting class.
Oh. Very nice.
My acting teacher loved me. I mean, I was like, look, I'm not an actor. I was like, when I mean act, I mean, we would act out like, say like Caesar and Shakespeare and Othello and whatever else. And I remember doing, I think it had to be Shakespeare. And I was like, are they sure they want me to do this? And then everybody would be looking up to me. I was like, I'm not the lead in this.
Yeah,
and then they made me the lead.
There you go.
I was like, because don't put the senior as a lead here. I want to be.
That's why.
No, I want to be the understudy.
No, you're the senior, so you're supposed to do it.
So that was fun.
That's good.
I know I kind of trailed off of the.
I was a jock in high school. So.
Yeah, well, that's another. Yeah, I'll get to that. I'll get to that story in a second. But I know I never finished the other one because I kind of trailed off talking about it. But yeah. So when the girl asked me to go to my prom, that was very interesting. I was like, okay, well, nobody else going to ask me. I had 3 weeks.
You don't know that for sure.
Yeah, well, God, was getting too late. Too late in the game. So like, okay. So then I went home and I told my mom and dad, guess what? I got a date for the prom. She asked me to go to my own prom. And Mom was like, Oh, she asked you, and Dad was like, "Hey, that's good. That's good, boy." Yeah, she asked you. I was like,
That's
"Dad,
right.
she asked me. She asked me to go to my prom."
Well, that's the point. She
That's what,
asked you.
and my dad was cracking him. It was like, "It doesn't matter whether she asks you. You're going to your prom. You go to your prom." And then Mom was like, "So," I was like, "Well, okay, so I'm going to prom." And then somehow or another, I guess Granddad must have been on the phone, or he came out, just made an appearance over to the house, and then. We were telling him that my prom was coming up in 3 weeks, and then Granddad right away said, "You do know, grandson, you know somebody that has a limo, and I'd be willing to take you to your prom in my limo." And then my dad was like, "Well, you better take that offer."
All you need is just somebody who you knew that had a tuxedo shop. You could have got your tux for free, and
it's funny.
Hook up with somebody that has some free tickets to the prom.
I still don't know where I got
prom free.
I don't know where I got my tux from. I think Dad went to take me to get my tux.
Oh, that's good.
I think it was Dad. So yeah. So we ended up going to. I got my tux, and then Granddad got the limo all hooked up. Like he did a test trial with me. He showed me the limo. He hooked it up for me, non-alcoholic stuff, just to let you know, because Granddad was like, "I'm not gonna have my grandson drinking." So anyway, so he hooked the bar up with all kinds of soft drinks and snacks and stuff. So I didn't care, riding in a limo. And then, the day that we picked up, the girl, Granddad comes on my street. Of course, he picks me up first, and the neighbors across the street, the girls down the street, like my neighborhood friends, they came out. They were staring hard, and Mom and Dad was standing there like this,
so proud.
He's so proud. Mom was so proud, and I'm like, "Mom and Dad, you can't come with me." so
a little bit awkward that would be.
So then Granddad opens the door for me. I get in the back. He gets in the limo. We go up to the young lady's house. Keep in mind, this is in the hood, so this is really funny. So he's driving a limo. We pull up to the spot. All the people were standing around. The girl comes out the house, like along with her mom and dad and brother, I was actually cool with her brother too. So that made it even more, comfortable for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, we get in the limo. She's just like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe this." And I'm saying the same thing. "Oh man, this is cool." And I was like, and stupid me's like, "Man, we got all kinds of goodies in the bar's all filled up." I was like, I'm non-alcoholic stuff, but who cares? So we're sitting there drinking stuff, eating snacks. Granddad's like, "Well, you got like 2 hours before the prom start. How about if I drive around the city?" I was like, "That's good."
2 hours before the prom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my!
He wanted to pick us up early.
What?
So yeah, he picked us up early, drove us around the city, and it was real cool because at the time. He like I say, I can't remember. I think he drove us through the Strip and all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of hard to say, where he drove us, but it was really fun as to what he was doing. And and I found the car phone.
Oh no!
I picked up the car phone, and he picked it up. He's like, "Hey, Granddad, how's it going?" He's like, "How's it going?" "Oh, I'm doing real good. This is real cool. Tinted windows, and I'm sitting back eating snacks and." Drinking, whatever he put back there, I think he put back some Orange Crush and Pepsi and Coke and stuff, So it was good. It was good. That part of my prom was perfect. The end part of my prom didn't go too well.
Yeah.
No, that's another story. But let's just say, the beginning part was fine. Ending part wasn't.
Well,
it's not. Yeah, I'll just kind of leave it at that. But
it wasn't in the 80s, your prom.
No. I know I trailed off again.
No,
I'm embarrassed to say I trailed off.
No, I'm not saying that. I was just thinking we went from that to but the 80s. But I just kind of had to chuckle at that because your prom was not in the 80s.
No. It wasn't.
It was in another era. It wasn't in the 70s either.
Sorry, folks. I kind of trailed off there. It's just, it was kind of on my mind, when I started talking about my granddad.
It's all good.
So
I brought up your granddad having the limo business.
Yeah, well, that's kind of prompted me to talk about my prom. So
that's okay. But I just was thinking, it just made me laugh. I'm like, well, we were talking about the 80s show, but then again, your prom was not in the 80s.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
It wasn't in the 70s either.
No. You see what she does to me?
My prom was almost not in the 80s.
It's about time to wrap this
shit. Really, sir?
Yes, I'm embarrassed enough.
Embarrassed? You shouldn't be embarrassed. I just said that your prom was not in the 80s.
I think I told too much.
Did you tell too much?
I think I told too much of myself. Now people will think differently of me.
Well, no, honestly, you made yourself kind of sound like a bit of a stud.
And I wasn't.
You added, you said that you asked about two girls, even though they said, "Oh, Sam, you're nice," but not. But a girl came up to you and asked you to your prom, so that makes you sound a little bit studly.
No, actually, to me, I mean, people probably
like Neela said, Grandpa was a Rolling Stone.
Yeah,
could have been a chip off the old block.
I don't know.
If a girl came to you and asked you to the prom, to your prom. Not even her prom, your prom.
Well, for some reason, I guess people must have thought I was a nerd in school. I mean, that's kind of the way that I see it, because, like I said, I wasn't involved in sports. I mean, of course, they wanted me to, but I wasn't involved in that stuff. I mean, I wasn't a bookworm, but I mean, it's just the fact that people just didn't consider me. I never considered myself.
You were a stud.
No, I never. I never considered myself a Rolling Stone or a stud. Nope, I was just someone just trying to make it in school. I was kind of, at some points, I was kind of a loner, depending on who I was hanging out with.
How could you be a loner if you were hanging out with?
Well, depending on who I was hanging out with. Maybe it depends on what. It depends on what day.
It depends on who they were. There's probably a reason you want to be alone.
Yeah,
that's just my own opinion.
Yeah, it depends on what day.
Depends on what day.
Yeah. Sometimes I could have been by myself. Yeah, I saw that. But she's just laughing in general.
I mean, but Danetta, don't you agree? I mean, if somebody had come up to you and ask you to your prom, I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I honestly didn't.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I didn't want to make it seem like I'm like desperate. Like, well, it
didn't sound desperate to me.
Really? Okay.
My thing is, she asked you to the prom.
It's years removed.
But she asked you to your prom.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she asked.
So how is that desperate? She asked you. You might have felt like you were in a desperate situation, but you weren't, because this junior asked you.
Because the junior wanted to go to a prom, and she was like, "Well, I'm just gonna. Oh, Sam's available. I can ask him."
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think that's what it was at all, honestly. Well, and there's some other little ties in there. I'll have to, a little ties to it that make me believe that it was not a desperate situation.
Okay, as long as you don't think it's a desperate situation, because somehow I
said, Danetta, staying out of it. I can take it, Danetta. I can take it.
Hey, we want to hear from you too, Danetta. Don't be holding.
I'm just saying.
Hey, don't be holding back.
For my prom, I'd already been dating somebody for a few years, and he was in college. So I guess he just assumed he was going to my prom.
Well, Bobby was popular in school.
It's because I ran track and was in the band. That's all.
Like I said, Bobby was popular in school. Hey, when you and I first met, well, I knew you and I were going to be good friends. I just didn't know how good because we didn't really know each other. But then when I started hanging around you, I'm like, wow, she's really popular. I was like, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm not the type of guy that should be hanging around.
I was popular.
I thought you were in college.
Oh.
When I met you. I was like, look, people are hanging around you, all the smart people.
The smart people. Doesn't that make me sound like a geek?
No.
All the smart people.
No, I don't mean it like that. I'm just like, no, I mean, you were, and well, I'm not going to name any names, but because some of your friends you're hanging around, I was hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you hung around really intelligent people.
It's cool.
Yeah, you remember that rapper, Intelligent Hoodlum?
Oh, gee.
That's the way I felt when I got around you. I was like, wow. I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what she's going to expect of me. I was like, she's run track before. Wow. I was like, hope my standards are good. Hope, I'm just saying. But then years later, I'm like,
and he's the one that actually got a job in the business before graduating college. And he said I was the cool.
Yeah. You can ask anybody, like all of our friends, when we were sitting at the cafe and restaurants and stuff, you can ask them. Like they would be like, yeah,
nobody gave me a job at a radio station before graduating college like you did.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, hey, I just kind of looked into that.
I don't think so.
I looked into it with my teacher or professor.
I don't think so. I had your teacher too. He didn't offer me nothing.
Well, it also didn't hurt if your professor actually worked at the same radio station that you were working at.
Right. And nobody, again, I'll say it again. Nobody offered me no job at no radio station or the TV. Just saying. Just saying.
And look where it got us today.
That's right.
We are like the big. No, we're not. No, we're low level YouTube.
Oh, geez.
YouTube celebrities.
We've been building a brand for 10 years.
I'm just
there
joking.
You go.
I'm just joking.
There you go.
Yeah, as we always say, and we've been rocking this thing since 2012. So we are happy on the audio versions of our show. We are coming close to episode number 600.
That's true.
So thank you all for that. I know it's confusing because you see our YouTube channel and you're like episode number 70. Well, which is true because it's our YouTube show that's episode number 70.
Well, we only been doing this for a year.
Right. And then the audio portion of our show, Love Notes, Gospel Excellence, and soon to be Back to the 80s podcast. Back to the 80s is going to be episode number 1, but Love Notes and Gospel Excellence combined, those are pushing close to 600. So, which comes to tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, conclude your weekend with me, the smooth one. Love Notes. I'm going to have some goodies for y'all. I'm seriously, because if you like Tina Marie a couple weeks ago, I think you're going to like this one. We're going to do Love and Passion Volume 2. And when I mean Volume 2, I mean Volume 2. Volume 1 was a while back, but I don't know how far back it was. But I did realize there was a Volume 1. So Volume 2, so it's going to be good. Slow it down with me. If you're having a hard time sleeping or something, you can definitely go ahead and listen to me. I'll definitely put you in that mood, or I'll just put you in that mood anyway, and just for some good music. Right. So 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, Love Notes with me, Blog Talk Radio, Spotify, Anchor Podcast, SoundCloud, and where our podcasts are available. And again, don't forget, join us this coming Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Back to the 80s podcast. Same thing, Blog Talk Radio, SoundCloud, Spotify, Anchor Podcast, and where podcasts are available. I'm excited for that show. I hope you guys will be excited for that and for Love Notes. And Lord willing, CCI Radio Show returns back to the YouTube channel next Saturday morning. Hopefully, we should have a guest on tap.
Yes, certainly hope so.
Kind of right now, probably I'd probably say about 80, maybe 80% wise.
Yes.
So probably we'll know that by the end of the weekend, but we're looking forward to that. And then if the guest comes on, I think you guys will really love our guest as well.
Sounds good.
I think we'll have a good show.
I think so.
Like this one was good today.
That's true.
I know it's a lot of talking, a lot of
found out that you were a stud in high school, and
well, if you think so.
Girls asking you to the prom. And...
yeah, man. I never consider myself a stud.
Oh, okay.
But
you may want to think about that.
Yeah. So, Bobby D, tell them about the magazines one more time and where they can get those.
Yes, of course. The lovely Summer Rae for our summer edition of the Pandemic Press Media Magazine 2022. And of course, now the lovely Ramona Dixon for our fall autumn edition of the magazine 2022.
Yes.
Yes, you could get Summers has been out pretty much all summer long. So you can get this anywhere, lulu.com. You can get it on Amazon. You could actually Walmart.com. I saw it pop up on there. You could get it anywhere you buy your magazines. It's beautiful. Like, check out these gorgeous pictures.
Yes.
Gorgeous. I don't know what page that is. What is that? Oh, Sam C's music. Beautiful music.
Beautiful music.
But this is available. Summer's edition of the magazine is available anywhere you buy your magazines, and of course online, which you could probably get it faster if you do it online. If you are a Prime member for Amazon, you can get it immediately. And Ramona's just came out, so give lulu.com a couple of weeks to get it out there on Amazon and other places. But for right now, if you would like a copy, you can get it lulu.com. Ramona was on our show a few weeks ago, and she has a book called Better Days Are Coming. Wonderful information. This woman has been through the ringer, wrote this book, absolutely amazing. And I don't know, do you have her book is on the shelf. Her book is on the shelf.
Nope, that's not.
Yeah, I think it's in that on the first stack here. First stack. There you go. But Ramona kind of dedicated her book. There it is. Dedicated her book to her daughter Monet, whose name is actually at the top. And amazing story. I just can't believe that.
Better days are coming.
Yes, Better Days.
And she said you can get that on Amazon.
Yes, you could get that.
I think it's Amazon, and
well.
I think where books are sold also.
Yes. And also speaking of, let's also talk about Summer Rae. Summer, you can get her music is everywhere. Talking about global, her music is everywhere, and we're so proud because she is from Pittsburgh. So we're
still city in the house.
So you can actually download her music. Her music is also everywhere, right? Her music is everywhere.
I believe so, yeah.
So Summer Rae,
we
spell it out, Summer Rae. SUMMARAE.
Yep.
Summer Rae. And if you type that in, you could Google her. Music is all over the place. So make sure you
music is the bomb.
It out. Yes, absolutely.
Not just saying that. Looking into the comments. Go ahead, you saw that.
Danetta, it's her birthday.
Next weekend.
Yeah,
let's stress next weekend.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. We're going to say next weekend, not this weekend.
Yes, on Friday.
Next weekend.
On Friday.
For those of you. Yeah, so, okay, Danetta, since now we know next weekend is your birthday. You know what? Let's do something special for her on Back to the 80s.
Oh, that sounds good. Okay. That sounds good.
So, Danetta, totally up to you. For our new podcast coming on this Thursday, what song do you want to hear? We'll dedicate it to you.
Oh, that sounds good.
You don't have to put it here. I mean, you could private message us or songs. We'll give you two. So.
Oh, and thank you, Neela.
Yes. I was going to get to that.
She's about to go
too.
into that. Absolutely. Oh, very good. Yes.
Yeah, Neela, thank you so much for tuning in. We, as always, we appreciate you. And for those of you who watch In My Element or have never seen In My Element, make sure it's the In My Element morning show. I love saying that. I love when the logo comes up. Yeah, I want to stress that. The In My Element morning show, Monday through Friday.
With Neela
and Randall Ray.
Turk Ray.
Yes. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central.
8 a.m. Central.
9 a.m. Eastern.
9 a.m. Eastern. Yes.
YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
Think about time zone.
When we go to Chicago, we're gonna be off an hour, aren't we? We're gonna be off.
Yep.
We're gonna be a little bit off when we come to visit.
Now, when you mean off, you mean off in a good way or off in a bad way?
We're gonna be all backed up.
People gonna think we're goofy.
Backed up. They probably think we're goofy anyway. Yeah. It's all right. It's all right. We're goofy. It's all right. I mean, but we'll be ahead an hour. We'll be thinking it's like right now. It's 11:14 now.
So it's 10:14.
It's 10:14 there. So it'll be 10:14 there, and we'll be there thinking it's 11.
Yeah, we'll
be a little off, right? We'll be a little bit off.
And Neela said, "Okay, she'll let us know." Thank you. No problem at all. You've got time. It's not till Thursday, but you can get it to us whenever you can. Just let us know what 2 songs you want to hear. We'll dedicate those to you.
That's
for
right.
Your birthday. And Neela, not sure yet when we were coming to.
Oh, yes, we'll definitely let you all know.
Let's say we do plan for 2023.
Very good.
Just don't know. We're trying to see how things are, but
Yeah, we'll get it together.
That's one place we've never been.
Yeah, we've never been to Chicago.
If you can believe that, we've been a lot of places, but yeah.
Yeah, we've never been to Chicago. I know, I'm excited.
Me too. I'm coming to eat.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Well,
Breeze already said she was going to.
I know.
She was going to show you some good places to eat. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to gain about 50 pounds.
Oh, gee.
When I'm there. So. No, we're looking forward to that. As it stands right now, we're shooting for 2023 because we put it off this year for because of how things are going. So
yeah, it's crazy. Well, I don't know about in Chicago, but here in Pittsburgh, the COVID level, like we were down. Like it was good. It was almost to nothing, it seemed. And then like as soon as the summer hit, it shot right back up to, it shot from low, like as low as you could get, up to high. And then it kind of inched down to medium.
Now we're back.
Then it inched down to low.
Now we're back at medium.
So there are not mask mandates in place, but
mask required or suggested.
Highly suggested indoors.
Yeah.
So
especially the school districts.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So highly suggested. But like I said, if they go to high, then they'll make masks that you have to wear.
Yeah. One of our biggest school districts here is Pittsburgh Public Schools, and they weren't at they were at
low for quite a while.
Right, they were at low, but it was you could wear, it was your option, optional.
Yeah.
And now they have to wear masks at school.
Yeah.
Starting yesterday, right?
Was it yesterday? Optional. It's still
optional, but
highly
recommended. Yes.
Yeah.
So
that's Pittsburgh Public, and when Pittsburgh Public does something, it seems
usually
like
everybody else
follows.
So. Everybody else follows suit. So
yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
Yes.
So
and Danetta, yep. Danetta's right. That. You're right.
Yeah, I'm coming to get my grip on. I'm coming to see friends too. Don't think I'm not coming to see friends too. The food is not the only thing.
So you want a deep dish Chicago style pizza?
Yes.
Yeah, I know you do.
We have a lot of things, but that's one thing we don't have.
We don't have.
No.
I tried to make one.
You did a good job too.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah. So yeah, we're coming.
Okay.
Like we plan on coming. So we'll see. See what happens.
Oh, that sounds good.
So
well, thank you all so much for joining us today. I think we should probably get going too, because
we're actually having lunch with a best friend and his wife.
That's right, with some friends.
And I'm going to make one stop before we get there too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I do have a little bit of running to do.
Yeah.
So, but thank you so much for joining us. We're so thankful to have you all here, and have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day. And what do you have to say, Samson?
Yeah. Like you said, I'm glad everybody tuned in. Make sure you click like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit that bell for show notifications. And also make sure that you tune in to Love Notes tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Blog Talk Radio, Spotify, SoundCloud, Anchor Podcast, and where podcasts are available. Slow It Down with me, the smooth one. Love and Passion, Volume 2. You will not be disappointed.
That is correct.
Time to put you in that mood.
And Danetta's right. That's
deep dish pizza is the bomb. Yeah, we definitely agree with that. We got to get some of that.
Yes.
And she said, "Thank y'all, for a great show, and enjoy your weekend, everybody."
Thank you. Enjoy your weekend, Danetta. I hope you don't have to work. I hope you're off this weekend.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you. So to everybody, like Bobby D said, thank you so much for tuning in. Lord willing, we'll be back. We will be back on our YouTube channel next week for the CCI Radio Show, regardless guest or not, but we should have a guest.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, Bobby D, close it out.
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again real soon. Have a great weekend.